Hi, everyone. This is Coach Torres. I want to thank you all for attending this year's virtual banquet. It's an historic type banquet for an historic type season. And in these type of seasons, there are so many people that contribute and are a part of it that we really do need to thank them. First off, Principal Iosa. I want to thank you so much, first, for allowing me to be your coach. I know every game when I look up to that upper right-hand corner and see you there, it puts a smile on my face. It shows how much you do care about your student athletes. I know I appreciate it, and I know the kids appreciate it. So again, Principal Ioso, thank you so much. Our athletic director, David Hutchinson. David, ever since you came aboard, it's been such a seamless transition, and you and I have always worked so well together. I want to thank you for all the time and effort you put into our program and for helping me whenever I need it. Doesn't matter the time of day, I know you'll help me and you always get back to me, and it is appreciated more than you know. So again, David, thank you so much for all your help. Patty Siegel, David's assistant. I want to thank you too. Whenever I need something, you're always on top of it. You answer me not even in 5 minutes all the time. You're so great helping with the buses, schedules, etc. So again, Patty, thank you so much. Randall's very lucky to have you. Now to our custodians. Our custodians do a great job, but I got a quick funny story with Ruben. 2 years ago, Ruben came up to me and whispered, "Hey, Coach, when are you guys going to start winning like girls track?" And I kind of I looked at him and I laughed, and I said, "Ruben, give me 2 years and we'll be on that path." Well, he reminded me of that this year, and I kind of forgot about the story until he reminded me, and then I kind of chuckled and I said, "Well, Ruben, we're going to win something this year, so be ready." And thankfully, we did. Jose, I want to thank you for that hug you gave me at the end of the state championship game. You were so happy. I've never seen somebody so happy after a game that wasn't actually part of playing or coaching in the game. You were so extremely happy, and you gave me the biggest bear hug. I want to thank you for that. It was so great to see how much you cared about our program. So, Jose, thank you. Now to our trainers, Maysoon Deeb and Tom Grable. You guys are the best. I wouldn't trade you guys for anything in the world. First of all, our conversations that we have, I talk basketball with you guys. It's not even like a head coach trainer. It's kind of like just two friends talking. And I do appreciate what you guys do for our program. You're the best for these girls. I know if any girl's in your room, she's getting the best care, and she'll be back to us, in no time flat. You care about the kids too, which is awesome to see. So again, thank you guys so much, and I look forward to working with you guys again next year. To our booster club, Melissa Rivera, Wanda Turner, Jen Bona, and Evelina Pence. You guys are the best. You guys do so much work behind the scenes, and no program is successful or will survive without a great booster club. And I really, truly feel we have that. We coordinate very well. We speak freely and openly, which is great. And you guys are 100% all about what the girls need. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you ladies do. And you're all back next year, so I can't wait to work with all of you again. Alexis Fleischer, I must thank her because she did our scorebook pretty much the whole year. Thank you so much for staying after your games to help us with ours. And again, it's something that I will not forget and is deeply appreciated. So thank you very much, Alexis. To our school teachers and coaches who help out and work our games, from the announcer, Mike Lyons, to our scoreboard operators, Will Nahan, Steve Coleman, and then even at the end of the year, Daniel Barkey joined the team as they opened up and the new scoreboard, and we needed another operator for that scoreboard. So Daniel Barkey, again, thank you so much. It's really great to see our coaches in other sports come and help out and support ours. So again, thank you all very much. Okay, last but not least, the parents. Okay, I can't thank you enough for your time and commitment and for your overall support. Okay, first off, we have great young ladies in this program. All right, and it's not even that they're great basketball players. They're just great, nice, respectful young ladies. And that's the testament to you. Not whether they're a great basketball player or not, but whether they're a great young lady. And I'll tell you, we have that in our program. So to my parents, I tip my hat to you. And I thank you for that because I love coaching your daughters. Now on to the year. And what a memorable season it was. And I keep saying the word historic because it was. And it began for me in two spots. Last year, after we got knocked out of the state tournament against Morristown, I realized that we still needed to get better. And we have been the past couple of years. But we needed to be able to run the floor more in transition, and we needed to be able to knock down three-pointers. And that was my goal, going into this year. Yeah, and we definitely had the tools coming back. We had 5 girls who ended up being our starters that had a lot of varsity experience that had been playing varsity since their freshman year. So we definitely had varsity experience, and we had newcomers coming up, some juniors coming up, some freshmen coming in that were three-point shooters. So I knew we had, the tools to be successful. And then that actually showed in our PACON West Orange and then our Hanover Park preseason tournament. We beat some really good teams along the way, and it was really fun to watch. And I knew coming in that if we came in shape, ready to play day one, that this could be a special season. Well, they came ready to play and compete, and we had some great competition for playing time in our practices. Well, it turned into a season to remember. A 25-4 record, which is the second best record in Randolph High School history. It's second to the 21-1 1989 team. That's impressive. We won many accolades along the way. We won our Christmas tournament for the first time in 7 years. We reached the Final Four for the first time in 6 years. We won our conference for the first time in 7 years. And we won the first North 1 Group 4 state sectional state championship in 30 years. What a year. We then finished as our final rankings, number 8 in the state in Group 4 and number 38th overall out of 270 teams in the state of New Jersey. The most impressive stat for the year, and as a coach, this one really stands out to me because this is what I really preach. Our Randolph Lady Rams were ranked number 1 in the state. Yes, I said number 1 in the entire state of New Jersey in defense points per game given up. Our Lady Rams averaged 28 points per game given up on defense, which edged out New Egypt High School by .10 to be the number 1 team in the entire state in defense. That is something that we all should be extremely proud of, from our administration all the way down to our last player in our program. Okay? The coaches should be proud. Players, you should be proud. That is such an awesome accomplishment. And this team obviously accomplished many things this year, but it all starts with the player. And with this group, it all started for me outside of the Morristown game. It started over 4 years ago at a middle school game in Rockaway Township, New Jersey. That's the first time I got to see Alyssa and Ellie play. But I'll come back to that later. This team, as I said, came in shape. They passed our preseason requirements. Okay? And we were off and running literally. We had our toughest preseason scrimmages that we've ever had here. We brought in Montville, who was this year's Morris County champions, and we ran them off the floor for 2 quarters. We then beat up a Morristown Beer team who was the defending Morris County champions. We beat a good St. E's team. We also played extremely hard and tough against Hudson Catholic, who's one of the top teams in the state. So then that really showed me that we were on our way. Okay, and then we defeated 3 teams at the beginning of the season, which I think I'm going to surprise many of you, that won their conferences this year. And we made them look extremely average. And those were Nutley, Livingston, and Newton. Those 3 teams won their conferences, and we handled them all very easily. So that kind of showed what kind of team we were and what we would become. Then we've continued on, and we got to 8-0. And the last couple of wins to get to 8-0 were Pope John, which was a great win in our gym. And then the biggest one, in my opinion, early on was against Warren Hills. Ellie was away, Olivia was injured, and I went into that game thinking, my God, what are we going to be able to do? How are we going to be able to handle this team? Warren Hills is such a tremendous program. Well, we went in there, and with Ariana Crone and Caitlin Olive stepping in and doing tremendous, unbelievable jobs, we pulled out a win. But it didn't look good early. We were down 26 to 18 at the half. But we rallied late. It was 26 to 10. And we rallied to cut it to 26-18 at the half. Well, then we came out in that second half. And I always say this group has been resilient. It's never say die. And it doesn't matter who's on that floor. We're going to come after you. Well, come after Warren Hills, we did. We came out at the start of that second half on a 15-0 run. And then we held on the rest of the way and pulled out one of the biggest wins we've had in this program in quite a while. That same Warren Hills team was this year's Section 2 Group 3 state champion. So that was no small feat. We then kept going and we made a great run in the MCT. We had a bye. We beat West Morris, which is always fun. And then we had a great game against St. Elizabeth's at Morris Knolls to get us to the Final Four. And in that game, Sarah Bona and Angeline Malaro had two buzzer beaters at the end of quarters. And then Sarah Bona hit a huge three-pointer from in front of our bench. Tie game, 4.5 minutes to go, and she bangs a three from deep. So exciting was the moment that Maysoon and Kristen, at the end of our bench, literally jumped 2 feet off the ground. I don't think either of them have done that in quite a while. So that was pretty exciting. You know, our run in the MCT came up short at CCM, but still, what a great experience for our kids in the program. You know, after that disappointment, we had to go to Mount Olive, okay, a couple days later to try and clinch our conference championship. And I know the girls struggled to get over the loss, but like I said about this team, somehow, some way, even when we don't play well, we found a way to win this year. And that's the mark of a champion, which this team became. We rallied and we defeated Mount Olive to win the first conference championship in 7 years. And what a great accomplishment that was. We then set our sights on the one championship left that we had, and that was the state sectional championship. And when the dust cleared for the bracket, at the time I was unfortunate, but two very strong squads dropped in rankings and fell into our side of the bracket. Well, everyone who came to our games remember how tough the West Orange and the Morristown games were. And again, the character of this team shone through. Tight games in both into the fourth quarter, but we were not to be denied. The senior leadership we had and the character we had on our starters and even the girls coming off the bench would not let us lose. We had runs in the fourth quarter of both those games and then held on to beat West Orange and Morristown. And eventually that got us to the Hackensack championship game. Now, having the record we did, we got the number 1 seed, which allowed us to have the game in our home gym. And what an advantage that turned out to be, because we did not lose there all year. Well, this game showed the girls' character, and it never shined more prominently than in this game. Down 13-7. Yes, 13-7. We got all the shots we wanted in that first half. We just couldn't get anything to fall. I told the girls at halftime, hey, don't change a thing. Keep battling, keep attacking. We're getting our shots. Our plays are working. They'll fall eventually. And I told them, if you get to 30, you're going to be the state champions. I did not think Hackensack would get to 30. And we attacked in the second half. They had confidence. They just had that will to win and that extreme confidence. Well, Angeline Malero had a huge 4-point play in the beginning of the second half, and we tied that game up in a matter of a couple minutes. Well, the game went back and forth, and we were up 6, minute and a half to go, gave it up. But again, that was this team. It didn't matter. They even had the ball. We forced a turnover with 5.5 seconds to go. So again, envision this. Timeout, which was our last one of the game, with 5.5 seconds to go. We used this play in the past, and we've always had Ellie catch the ball and hand back to Sarah as she came back in. Now, it's worked that way before, But we figured with Hackensack being that aggressive, that they would probably go for any fake we gave, especially the excitement of the moment. So we told Ellie to give a good hard fake, and man, did Ellie gave the greatest fake. If you watch the video, which you will soon, that fake drew both players to Sarah. She attacked down the lane, and at first I thought she was going to have a wide open layup, but then some help came, and here's Ellie driving down, making the first left-handed layup she's made all year. And what a celebration that started. The first girls basketball championship in 30 years. As you can see with my face, I still beam with pride. And again, that was such an unbelievable celebration in our gym. To see that gym packed, to see everybody jumping up and down, from the young girls in Randolph to all us older people trying to jump up and down. It was unbelievable. What a celebration. Okay. Even our eventual loss to Franklin in that Group 4 semifinal, that doesn't take away or diminish the season one bit. Our girls played their hearts out. They took a two-time TSC champion in the recent years and led them for 26 minutes. Man, we had a shot. And I don't regret anything we did, okay, in that game. Our girls played their hearts out. And again, they should be proud how they represented our school that day. They did it with class and dignity, as they do everything else in life. I will always remember this team for how great they were on the court. But more importantly, I'm going to remember this team for all the smiles and how they were off the court. These young ladies are respectful, they're diligent in what they do, and they're hardworking. That is a testament, again, I say to the parents. These kids were great, great, great kids to coach. And I'm going to miss them all when they leave. I love them all. To see the smiles on their faces during our cupcake birthday celebrations. And man, do some of these girls love cupcakes. During our Christmas Day gift practice, which we did a game of rock, paper, scissors from one end line to the other. It went on for the longest time, and it was actually pretty funny. I think the girls thoroughly enjoyed that. And then we also have a game that we do every year. We call it basketball, which again, you'll see in the video a little bit of it, where they play baseball. Obviously normally with the basketball, but we use the volleyball this year. And the girls have a lot of fun with it. They laugh their butts off and they're yelling at each other. It's really fun to see. Also, the one thing we did this year, which I thought was tremendous, was our Randolph United team had a tournament at West Morris. Well, our girls went down there and they supported and they cheered. It was so great to see. And I know our United people, Brian McBreen and Rick Ava, thoroughly were ecstatic that we came. We got some great pictures of that, and it was great to see the girls bond with those United players. Now on to our team. My freshmen, Sydney and Madison Jenish. I was so excited when these two girls entered the program. They put a lot of time into their games, and it shows. They are so advanced for freshmen, and they did a great job coming off our bench and added more to our outside game, and they run the floor incredibly well. They will be matchup nightmares for opponents for years to come. I cannot wait to see them mature and see where their games go to. The sky is the limit for the two of you. It depends how much and how far you want to go. My sophomores, Audrey McConnell. Now, Audrey was mostly a JV player this year, but she was on our bench, and she's an absolutely great young lady. You know, she's a coach's kid, and Audrey always gives her all, and is always listens and will do what you ask. And the best part about Audrey is she loves to compete. I'm glad she was on our team, and I look forward to having her next year too. Ariana Crone. I cannot say her name without smiling. I must have told Ariana this year that she was my godsend at least a dozen times. Because coming into this year, I had no idea who was going to be my backup for Ellie, Olivia, and Sarah on that front line. If we ever got in foul trouble, my first question was, we're going to be small. But then seeing Ariana on the soccer field, after missing last year due to an injury, and seeing how athletic she was and tough on that soccer field, I had a big smile watching those soccer games saying, oh man, I have my backup. I've got my backup. And Ariana had such a tremendous year coming off the bench for us. And again, one thing, that Warren Hills game, I say it again, she had a big shot, and you're going to see on the video that's coming up, a pass that she made that to this day I still shake my head at. And again, she is so coachable. She's a great teammate. She's a great kid. Okay, she's a downright, genuine, nice girl. Ariana, don't ever change. Okay, because that is something that is special. I can't wait to see what Ariana accomplishes, not just in basketball, but also in soccer. I think she's a tremendous athlete, and she's going to get everything she deserves because she's a great young lady. Sarah Bona. Now, this girl, special place in my heart, she fills up the stat sheet. I'm very hard on Sarah, and at times I keep telling her that I think she's better than I think she thinks she is. I see so much potential out of Sarah, and I'm just trying to push it out. But she had a tremendous year. She's got all the tools. She can play inside and out. And again, her downside, she's too damn good at things. She's a great field hockey player, and she's good at track. If she just concentrated on this sport, she'd be definitely a Division I player, no doubt in my mind. But again, she loves all the sports. I love that she plays the sports. I'm not a big field hockey guru, but I did go, and I will be back to watch next year, Sarah. So good luck with that. She's got the potential to be one of the best athletes to come out of Randolph if she continues on her pace. You know, and again, I hopefully one day, Sarah, you understand why I pushed you as hard as I do, because I see so much in you. And again, I'll end with this. Your potential is through the roof, but I will just say, I am so glad you are my player and no one else's. One thing about Sarah, I talk about that shot in the St. E's game. She made some big-time shots this year. So again, Sarah, great year. Sarah was named second team All-NJAC National Division. And again, she could have been first team quite easily. So great year, Sarah, and I know you'll even be better next year. My juniors, Yesenia Martinez. Hardworking young lady who comes to practice every day and works hard. She played a lot of JV, but she came every day and battled our varsity in practice, which definitely made us better. So hopefully that's going to help her for next year, and I look forward to having her on the team again next year. Keep playing hard, keep learning, and I look forward to seeing you next year. Great job, Yesenia. Kylie Santee. It's been a tough year for Kylie. She worked very hard in the offseason and was performing well when she became ill and missed the beginning of the season. She continued to battle, and she did come back. However, we were on such a run at the time, it's just tough to get her into our rotation again. So she got a lot of JV minutes and performed well, and she got better as the year went on and her conditioning improved. She's someone that has a really nice outside shot, and I hope she continues to work to see if she'll be able to help us next year. Caitlin Olive, another player who works hard on her outside shot, and she's become a tough defender also. I told all my guards this year that whoever want more playing time better be able to D up and be able to hit the three. Well, Caitlin did a great job defensively in a couple of our games, and I'll mention that Warren Hills game again. Second half down 26-18, we went to a diamond and one to take away their best player who was killing us in the first half. Well, Caitlin took her completely out and held her scoreless, I believe, in that second half. And Caitlin hit a couple big three-pointers in that game, too, to help lead us to a victory. So, again, Caitlin had a solid year, and I'm looking forward to her senior year. And hopefully her shot and her defense is going to get her plenty of playing time next year. So, again, Caitlin, great job. Look forward to you playing next year. Olivia Turner. What a great year Olivia had. She's our inside force, and she got better as the year went on and was at her best during our state run. They could not stop her. They could not keep her off the boards. They could not keep her from scoring. Her state run is what I've envisioned from Olivia since she stepped foot in a pack hung as an 8th grader, and I saw the potential there. She improved dramatically with playing AAU, and her rebounding numbers and her scoring both went up this year. Olivia was named honorable mention to the All-NJAC team, and that will definitely be a higher number next year in regards to the team. I look forward to seeing what Olivia does next year, and she's going to be one tough person to stop next year. This young lady's going to be improve, and I know it. Great job, Olivia. Look forward to next year. Angeline Malero was a tri-captain who loves the game. Angeline picked up her game this year, and improved her shot, which increased her scoring. Her three-point shooting went through the roof. She made over 40 three-pointers this year. That, and no one can stop her on the break in the open floor. She's a tough matchup, and she can get to the rim when she wants. Her defense, too, is also amazing. Her game against St. E's and Hackensack were the two that stick out to me. She scored 20 points against St. E's in the quarterfinals to lead us to that victory. And her 11 points in the second half against Hackensack obviously led us in that game too. She would just not let us lose in those 2 games. And she led us and she was on the top of all of our offensive categories. She's just an incredible player. Angeline, because of her efforts and her stats, made 2nd team All-State for Group 4, made 1st team All-County, and 1st team All-NJAC National Division. All great accomplishments for a junior, and a great young lady at that. So looking forward to her senior year and seeing what she does. Now, before I end with my seniors, I'm going to thank my coaches. To Harvey Kessler, you've been with the program for many years now, and you do a tremendous job with our freshman team. Harvey cares about this program and has become a good friend of mine, and someone I can really count on. He will do anything we ask. He will go scout. I mean, he comes back to our games after he drops the freshman back off. He wants to be a part of it, which is something that I do deeply appreciate. His biggest job, though, is probably just being a sounding board for me, which he's been for many years. So, Harvey, I thank you for everything you do. I consider you a good friend. And again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Jo Hawk. This was Jo's first season with us, and what a great addition she was. When we were looking for a new JV coach, Mona mentioned Jo to me. So I called Jo, and we met up at the Randolph Diner for lunch, and we discussed her resume. Well, her resume is pretty impressive. As you know, Jo played Division I girls basketball. Now, she loves playing the game. She's passionate about it, and she loves kids. And she was a great addition. The girls definitely learned a lot from her. With Jo handling our bigs and Mona handling the guards when we split up for our skill training, it's great for me because I can go back and forth, help both sides, and watch everybody. And when I leave, I don't have to be worried that I'm not leaving the kids in good hands. Our kids are not in good hands. They're in great hands with Mona and Jo. And again, so Jo did a great job with our JV team this year. And again, I can't wait to see, again, the addition that she does and helps us for next year, I should say. Jo's been a great addition. And Jo, I thank you, and I look forward to working with you next year. Mona, now in her 2nd year with us, and always tells me how happy she is to be part of this program. She loves the kids. She loves just being part of it. And she's a great addition and a great right hand for me. It's great to talk things through with her. Her knowledge for the game, her passion for the game are unmatched. It's great to see her get out there with the girls and play, and always just smiling and laughing. And she's a great sounding board for the girls themselves. Mona, I just want to thank you for everything you do for me day in, day out. I can always count on you. And again, our relationship has gotten better over the years. We've really gotten to know each other, and I really consider you a very close friend. And your family is something very special to me too. So again, from the bottom of my heart, again, thank you so much, Mona, for all you do. And I will tell everybody out there, I've got the best coaching staff in the state, and I thank you all for your time and dedication. Okay, last but certainly not least, my wife, Kristen. I can't thank you enough for all you do. During these seasons, it's very rough. It's a lot of time between practice, games, scouting, staying up watching film, going to see our younger programs, the kids coming up. It's just a lot. And my wife is a trooper. She puts up with me and the whole time raising our son Chase, which she does a tremendous job. She is such a tremendous mother. Chase is a lucky guy, as I am. We did this for 8 years together, and now for you to still be a part of this with me is very special. Bringing Chase to the games, I love it more than you'll ever know. And I loved watching you celebrate at St. E's and that Sarabona shot where you jumped up. And also to celebrate the state championship with you was extremely special. This was something we both wanted. And to finally get that championship for your dad was something that was very, very special for me. It's something that I've pushed and strived for. And I know I never told you, but that was a portion of me that I kept secret that just drove me day in, day out. Now to my seniors. I always say that Coach Souffle and I are the luckiest coaches at Randolph High School because we both were able to coach the two of you for 4 years. It was great to watch you play soccer as well as coach you for these 4 years. I truly hope the two of you know what you mean to me. I have watched you two grow from these little 8th graders into these outstanding young women about to graduate from Randolph High School. And also being my first 4-year players, You will always have a special place in my heart. This year's championship started 4 years ago in that middle school in Rockaway, New Jersey. I remember coming from work in my suit and tie and sitting down and having no one next to me and thinking, all right, cool, I can watch all the girls. No one's going to know I'm here. They won't know who I am. And then all of a sudden, Allison Shanklapour comes over and says, hi, coach, and sits down right next to me. I looked at her and chuckled. I said, well, you do know now that they're all going to know I'm here, right? And with that, we turned around, we looked up, and all the girls were looking to see who Ellie's mom was talking to. Well, the girls lost that day, but I left thinking, oh my God, I've got a couple really good ones coming into the program. Now, when you see Ellie running around, running around the court, it's kind of funny because she stole balls that day like she did later on. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something, and just to let you know how much you mean to me and how much this program means to me. This is an email, if you can see it. It's from Allison Litsky, your 8th grade travel coach. I've always kept this and looked at it on occasion, and both of you guys are on this list. I asked her to give me an overview of what she thought of all the players. Well, Ellie, long arms, likes to drive to the basket, great defender, she can block shots, and we saw that. Needs to work on shooting, which she did because your offensive game was so improved, but is not afraid to shoot the ball. One of the hardest working girls she coached. And again, to that day, that sticks. Alyssa, a couple things. Outstanding player, very good dribbler, shooter, knows how to drive to the basket very well. She enjoys driving to the basket and is a great finisher. She can bring the ball back up by herself, hustles back on defense. Alyssa is a great all-around athlete, and that's so true. So again, you can see these are little things that I keep in my folders at home. Now, again, after that, fast forward a year now back to our North Bergen game, and here we are in the 4th quarter, and I had to put these young girls in because we could not score the whole game. Well, they led such a tremendous comeback when we tied the game in the 4th quarter after we were down by 12. We lost the game in OT, but that was a sign to me that we were about to take off and do great things. Your leadership, okay, for this season and throughout was so instrumental in our success. There were times I would call my captains over in practice and basically look at them and say, hey, I'm not happy. Yes, parents, that does happen. And I said to them, get this changed. And they would go over, talk to the girls, and next thing you know, we're practicing hard again. So great leadership. And I started saying this 2 years ago that we were about to embark on the best 6 years of girls basketball here in Randolph that they've seen in a while. Well, we're definitely in that mix. And to win what we did this year is a testament to the two of you. Ellie, the one thing I will say about you is that you always understood how to relate to me. You always made me laugh over these 4 years, and for that, I thank you, and I appreciate it more than you know. Ellie is the epitome of hard work. If you saw her improvement this year in her free throws and her outside shooting, you know that this doesn't just show up. She worked hard in the offseason for that. She was also unbelievable all over the court. All those steals, the anticipation. Ellie was in top 20 in the state with 93 steals on the year. And also, like I said, in that middle school, she stole balls that night too, so nothing changed. The biggest thing about Ellie is she knows when to step up or how to step up in sports, and it doesn't faze her. In soccer, she came up big in the MCT semis on those penalty kicks against Morris Knowles, and I looked at her, and she was so cool, calm, and collected, and so confident. So when it came time in our Hackensack State Championship game, and I called that final timeout, I remembered that. And I said, you know what? She's cool, calm, and collected. This won't get to her. And I called the play for her. And boy, did she make me look good. Ellie, you were cool, calm, and collected in that state championship game, and you finished it. And what a great way to end your high school career. Need I say any more? Ellie ended up first team All Morris County and all NJAC National Division. First team, incredible job, Ellie. Congratulations on your phenomenal senior season, and I want to wish you the best of luck at Rider, honey. Alyssa Alfieri. Now, my first thoughts go back to that Rockaway Middle School because I saw this little girl running all over the court. She was in the middle of everything. Now, imagine this. She's getting knocked down. She gets up. She gets a steal. This little girl's racing the court, going up for a layup, and a Rockaway Township girl just crushes her. And I'm thinking, oh my God, she's going to be hurt. Now, I look up, and the ball went in. I'm like, wow, she made the layup getting hit like that. I'm like, wow. Well, then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I look back, and here's Alyssa popping up like it's nothing. Goes to the free throw line, and yes, she got the N1. I thought, man, what a tough little girl. It also put a huge smile on my face, obviously, at the time, too, thinking that, yes, this is coming into my program. And then a little while later, a couple weeks later, I watched her win a three-point shooting contest at the high school for her 8th grade. And I'm like, wow, this is a great addition. Great addition. Now, again, she also became a leader on the court, and her passing is unmatched. Some of the passes that Alyssa makes are unbelievable. I will never forget the forward and play versus Hackensack when she made the fake and then drove and then dished to Olivia, down low. She loved the pass so much she actually even jumped up. It was so great to see. Alyssa led us in assists with 90 this year. She made second team All NJAC National Division. I will say this about my 2 seniors. They picked a great quote for this year. Success begins at the end of your comfort zone. I asked the team one day to raise their hand if I had gotten them out of their comfort zone at any point. Well, I'm laughing because everybody raised their hand in a split second, and thankfully they all had smiles when they lifted their hands. Now, girls, I hope you all understand why I got you out of your comfort zones, because you don't win things like this if you don't get out of your comfort zones. Now, as always, I always sad as girls leave our program, and tonight is especially hard. I wish I could be there in person, Allie and Alyssa, to give you a big hug. That's how much you mean to me. You two have meant the world to me and this program. You have helped the program and myself achieve a goal that was set the day I took over as head coach. We all have a special connection with this championship, and it's a bond that no one can ever break. Now, I'm not going to say I always did or say the right thing at the right moment, but I hope you both know my heart was always in the right place. I have thoroughly enjoyed watching your successes on the court as well as the soccer field. You guys are ready for the next stage of your lives, and I know you are ready for it. May success keep finding the two of you as it did your high school career. Now, one of my buddies passed away this year, and on his mass card, the quote said, "Every ending is just a new beginning." Well, girls, this is an ending of your high school career, but your lives are just beginning. I want you to strive for the best. Keep working like you do. You're such great young ladies, and I am privileged and honored to have been your coach. I hope you know how much that means to me. In closing, I want to say to Ellie and Alyssa, I did this for my first group, and I haven't done it since. I always say goodbye in a special way, and I hope you two guys remember what I did my first year with that first group. I want to give you, I want to wish you the best. And in saying, I want to say goodbye to you in my special way. All right, in closing, I want to thank all the girls. You are all what this is about and why I do this. For giving all that you have for the program, your time, your sweat, and your tears. I want to thank you. I am so proud of all of you for this historic year. I am honored, and I am so privileged to be able to be your coach. NJAC National Division champs, North Section 1 Group 4 state champions. It's something that we'll always have. I love you all. And with that, I want to tell you I put together a video commemorating our varsity season for all of you to enjoy. I hope you do. The first song is High Hopes, because that's what I had for the season. The second song is We Are All in This Together, which I feel is appropriate for how we played this season. And it ends with One Shining Moment. Enjoy it, everybody. And again, thank you all for this great 2019-2020 season.